Hi guys, and welcome to Trucking Along with Kearsey. That's me, your positive voice in trucking. Today I want to talk about Prime's holiday incentive. Yesterday, Lyle over at No Hippie and Twisted Big D both did videos. Twisted talked about it in his live feed, then I bounced in and we threw some ideas back and forth. But they both did videos talking about Prime's holiday incentive. There are a lot of people who are upset about this, and I just don't get it. Lyle did a really good video that was very logical and, talked about the difference between a bonus and an incentive. And, so go watch that video. He kind of starts out by saying that, he wants to call everybody a bunch of, I don't remember the exact wording, but basically a bunch of freaking crybabies, okay? You're being a bunch of crybabies, knock it off. That's how I see it. Entitled Crybabies. And I'm going to get the why. Okay. I've been here now for 7 years. My first year solo was, my first Christmas where I was solo was 2016. That year, I'm pretty sure Prime paid out $350 to company drivers if they stayed out from it's like December 6th through January 5th. It's enough for the company drivers to cover most of the holiday season. And the lease ops actually got the same amount for staying out like 10 days, I think it was. So that first year that I did that, I wound up getting snowed in Salt Lake City. Yes, I had a load. Yes, I was at the terminal. It was a really crappy terminal at the time. It didn't have any hot food. And I said, that's it. I'm never doing this again. Okay. The incentive to stay out after that wasn't really that much different from that particular year. In 2020, things changed. In 2020, Prime offered, where it was right after COVID. It was like, we were a good 8-9 months into COVID, something like that. So the freight was now rebounding and we were really starting to get more freight. So in 2020, Prime offered company drivers, I don't know if all A seats got 800 or I got 800 for being a trainer, but I know I got 800. I know my TNT got 400. Now last year in 2021, TNT company trainers got 1,800. And A seats, which are basically you're eligible to be a solo driver. So even whether you were a team or you're whether you're solo or your team, you're considered an A seat if you could be solo on your own, meaning you're not in any kind of training. See, B seats are still in training. So therefore, if you were an A seat last year, you got 1,500, or you got, as a TNT trainer with a student that whole time, you wound up getting 1,800. And if I remember correctly, TNT's got like 500. The lease ops that stayed out within a certain time frame got like 20% increase over the amount of the load, something like that. It was a percentage increase. I don't remember that ever being the case prior. Okay. So flash forward to this year in 2022, the economy sucks. Freight sucks. Okay. So now Prime is trying to offset the economy sucking by saying, instead of paying everybody, we're going to raffle off 3 brand new Dodge Ram trucks. We're going to raffle off thousands of dollars in cash prizes. We're going to raffle off rewards points that you can use in the terminal. That, remember, we have a salon. We have a company store where you can buy all kinds of gadgets and stuff for your truck. They sell sneakers, they sell Carhartt boots, refrigerators, mattresses, like you name it, they sell it here, okay? So these crybaby whiners are all up in arms of, oh, well, I was relying upon that money. Well, then you suck as a driver and you suck as a businessman, okay? Because prior years to last year, it was like a $350 thing. By the time I got taxed in New Jersey, because they considered it a different type of bonus, I got 50%. So to me, it wasn't even worth it. So if you're relying on that little bit of extra cash, this is something that's bound to change. This is something that's optional. They're not telling you you're forced to stay out. It's optional. If you don't like it, stay the heck home. Stay the heck home. Okay? So it changes every year. It's always changed every year. What I have noticed is that a lot of the people that are complaining haven't been here all that long. Okay? People have been here like 3 years and longer. They're kind of like, oh, okay, well, it's just freight. It's just the economy. Freight goes up and down. That's the way it is. The people that have only been here a year and a half, 2 years, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. What I'm saying is you don't understand the stinking business yet and the industry. Not trying to be disrespectful. Okay? But now, No Hippie did a really great video when he first came in to leasing. Pretty sure he got in here the end of 2019, the beginning of 2020. I'm pretty sure that's when he got his lease, because we talked about he was going to be forced to do it before the end of the year. We both started our YouTube channels that year. He was just coming out of training. He did training for a long time, like a crazy, like 75,000 miles, 100,000 miles, something like that. He did a really good video at the time that talked about if you start your business and the freight sucks, because back then the freight rates were lower, okay? Then you're building your business on something low, you have low expectations, and then anything above that you appreciate, okay? The problem is that people that came in within the last year and a half or so, they came in with really high rates, okay? Prior to COVID, the average freight rate was like $1.58 a mile, okay? Then last year it shot up to like $2.35 a mile, something like that. And I'm pretty sure it was about March of 2021, okay? So now freight has been coming down. I think right now, just looking at all my friends, it seems like it's about $1.85 a mile, okay? So it's coming back down. And the people who started leasing last year, they thought that that high $2.35 a mile was average. They thought that was normal. They thought it was always going to be there. Whereas people like No Hippie, who came in when it was lower and understand it's going to go up and down, you know, people like that come in and they start and they say, okay, when the freight goes up, I'm going to run. I'm going to bank as much as I can. But what a lot of people did last year was, instead of running, they decided to take more time off. So as freight rates went up, instead of trying to bank it and then save it, they just said, oh, I'm making more money so I can take more time off. You know? And now those same people are upset. Sorry guys, it sucks, but you know, you need to appreciate like what Prime does. I mean, Prime is still going to pay for our regular Christmas bonus. So even if you're a brand new TNT and you just start working here at Prime, you know, in the past it was $35. I think I got $150 last year, something like that. I'm pretty sure that they give it based on how long you've been here. I know it's gone up over the years for me. Here's something I want you to think about. Independent contractors are called that because they're not technically Prime employees. Okay. I don't know if it's the first line or the second line of the contract. I'll have to go back because I do have a copy of the contract. The first couple lines say, quote unquote, by signing this, you are not a Prime employee. Okay, so what that's saying is, you don't work for Prime, you are an independent contractor, and now all these independent contractors that did not want to work for the company because they didn't want to be told what to do, they didn't want somebody dictating to them, now want to dictate to Prime how Prime should run their business. Isn't that weird and contradictory? Like, you don't want Prime telling you how to run your business, but you're going to turn around and tell Prime how to run theirs? Hello? It doesn't make sense to me. You chose not to be a company employee, so you should be happy with whatever you get. Because guess what? As a company employee, I'm happy with whatever they freaking give me. And No Hippie talks about the car dealing industry, and he talks about the banking industry. He talks about the difference between incentives and bonuses. So I do want you to go back and watch that. It was a really good video. But I was a postal worker for 17 years. It took me 6 years to get Christmas Day off. Okay? And even Christmas Eve, okay, the 23rd, 24th, and 25th of every single year was considered a 12-hour day. It was mandatory, and you couldn't take off. Just doesn't happen. Okay? My brother's still at the post office. 26 years he's been there. He was just forced in Thanksgiving. He's gonna be forced in Christmas Eve. He's gonna be forced in New Year's. Okay, here's one for you. 1999 into 2000 was the turn of the millennium. Do you know where I was at 11:30 at night when I was like 25, 26 years old that I could have been out partying? I was at work at 11:30 at night. And then they finally told us we could leave. So I got home just in time to watch the ball drop on TV from New York City. Okay? That's how I spent my millennium turn, was working. So you crybaby people need to shut the heck up. Appreciate what you got. And it just shows that we are spoiled here at Prime. We are spoiled, okay? Here's another example. My birthday falls on a holiday weekend. 17 years I did not get my birthday off. I called out one year on my birthday, and because I did not have a doctor's note, they wrote me up and gave me a 7-day suspension, which I didn't get to take a free week off. They just put it in my file as a discipline and 7-day suspension. That sucks. Okay? And as I said before, in addition to this incentive for working that you can choose to do or choose not to do, okay, you don't like the prizes, then don't do it. But at the post office, we didn't get $1 million Christmas parties with an open bar and lobster and freaking crab legs and salmon and everything with filet mignon. We didn't get that. We didn't get DJs and live bands, for a dance floor. We didn't get 700 people in a huge ballroom with the owner of Prime up there dancing with us. No, we didn't get that. You know what we got? We got a cookie tray that we split up with 50 freaking people on our machine. And if we wanted a Christmas party, not only did we have to pay for it individually, we had to have it on on our lunch. On our half-hour lunch, they would allow us to reserve a room that then somebody had to go and organize the stinking party for us, which was usually me. I usually had to go get a catering service to come bring it in, and then I'd go set it up, and we'd all pay $25 or whatever just so we could have a catered lunch on our half-hour break that we weren't getting paid for, okay? And yes, okay, it was nice, because it was kind of family oriented. We worked together for so long, but there was nothing given to us for free. So get off of your high freaking horses and stop whining and crying like a bunch of babies. I can't stand it anymore. And yes. This is my positivity coming out, because I'm positive you're acting like a bunch of freaking entitled children. And No Hippie was nice. He was really nice in his video. He didn't put it to you that way, but I'm going to. And I can understand people being disappointed. But the thing is, you're expecting things now. The questions I get in my emails are amazing. I just can't believe some of the things that people ask me. Like, why does Prime do this? Why does Prime do that? Why don't we have this? Why don't we have that? Why do we have to pay for this? How come we don't have free storage lockers? How come the storage lockers are filled when we do have them? You know, come on. Can't you just appreciate what you have? You know, there are other companies that don't offer anything. There are other companies that will say, oh, okay, well, if you work that week, we'll guarantee you 2,500 miles for the week. And if you say make 1,800 miles, we'll pay you for the 2,500 miles because it's a guarantee. They're not saying, hey, we're going to give you $1,500. I just think that people are being really ridiculous. And I don't know if it's people's lack of understanding for the industry, lack of understanding for business. The more I hear these people whine, the more I think you shouldn't be an independent contractor. One thing that I did see people complain about was they're offering a raffle to get free truck payments, which comes out to like $995 or something. Or if you don't have a truck payment, then you're getting $1,000 in cash. If you don't have a truck payment, like me, like Twisted, this company driver, like Myra, which is Ferry Wire that drives for No Hippie, you know, she's a company driver on a lease owner's truck. On a lease purchase truck for driving for No Hippie. So if she stays out, she's getting raffled in for that $1,000. And, you know, if he stays out, then he's getting raffled in for a free truck payment. So it's equaling out. There were some people that were complaining, well, my truck's paid off. Good for you. Your truck's paid off, which means if you win the raffle, you get $1,000. Be freaking happy. Like, I don't understand how people don't see the difference here. Like, it's the same. You know, and just, it's Christmas. Be appreciative, you know, especially like, there are so many people at this freaking company that are actually making $150,000 a year. And you're whining and crying and complaining. You sound ridiculous. Stop it. And if you're really whining and crying and complaining that much, then you're not making as much as you claim you are. That's why my videos, I put it on the glass. And yes, there was somebody that turned around and said something in a video that said, don't give somebody on YouTube your settlements because you could get identity theft. No, you know why that's not going to happen? Because I've been here on YouTube for what, 3.5 years now, something like that. And I've been at this company at Prime for 7 years. So before somebody calls me an identity thief, I want to know, how long are you planning on staying at this company? How long will somebody be able to find you? Because I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay here at Prime, and I'm going to stay here on YouTube, and that's the way it's going to be. And don't try some kind of witty little fight with me because I'm not playing into your drama, and there's no way that you're going to win against me. And you can't handle the truth. On this channel, we talk truth. I'm not going to sit here and put out fake numbers without being able to back it up, which is what a lot of people do, okay? I'm not going to sit here and, you know, complain about things like, oh, I can't get home on time. Bull crap. Sorry, but that's bull crap. Okay? In 7 years, I missed my home time twice. And I'm a company driver. The lease ops are supposed to be the ones that get to go home whenever the heck they want. So how the heck are you going to go online and then complain about, I didn't get home, Prime sucks? Okay. You're paying for the stinking fuel. If I really needed to go home for some family emergency, if I needed to get home for a wedding, you know, my kid is being born, whatever, my butt would be actually driving. I wouldn't care if I was 1,000 miles from home. I would drop that trailer. I would bobtail home because I'm a lease op. I make so much money that I can afford to pay for that stinking fuel to get me home. So stop passing the buck onto the company, onto your fleet managers for the decisions that you make or the decisions that you decide not to make. Okay? Sick and tired of it. So, as usual, guys, we keep it real on this channel. All right? So, question, comment down below and let me know. Do you think that a company should be expected to give a certain amount of money as an incentive to do a job? Do you think a company should be required to throw lavish parties, should be required to give you anything at all? You know, I'm really happy just feeling appreciated with the different programs where they give us jackets and polo shirts and hats, and they give us rewards points. And, you know, I probably get $1,200 a year in rewards points that I've never paid for a pair of sneakers since I worked at Prime, because I buy them at the company store with the free rewards points. I get free massages in the terminal. You know, so, and if you're not getting them, start doing your better job, because then you'll get them. Don't be late. You know, be the best, because not only do we get rewards for buying fuel in the terminal, we get rewards points for on-time delivery every so many quarters. We get rewards points for filling out surveys. We get rewards points for being the top driver of the fleet, which I just got again this year. Yeah, I usually get that a few times a year. It's been different this past year because I haven't really been on the road. I've been in the terminal most of the time on the backing pad. But there are appreciation incentives here every day. Okay? And even without all that, I got my paycheck. My paycheck is my reward for doing my freaking job. So, if you're complaining, maybe you suck at your job. I'm going to get so many complaints about this video, and I really don't care. So, like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and comment down below. Do you think a company should be expected to give a certain amount of money for Christmas? And if you don't work for Prime, what does your company do? You don't have to tell me what the company is. If you're willing, I would love to know, because I like to spread information and correct information. So let me know, comment down below, ring that notification bell, and I hope to see you out here trucking along. Bye.